From raised white letters to white walls, chalky paint to shower stalls, we're looking at some cleaning tips on Townline Garage. Stay tuned. Ajax, Comet, it really doesn't matter. As long as you got, what do I call it, powder cleanser with bleach, it's going to work good on any side of your tire. I'm a big fan of raised white letters. Some folks might say they're going out of style. I really don't care. Been using this for a long time. You got the bleach and you got an abrasive, which real well taking the grime right off the side. Really through how I like to do it. Keep your cleanser away from your leaky hose. Get it wet down. You don't want to be rubbing on a dry tire. That will not work for you. Tire brush. Give her a little dust. And I like to kind of give her a little treatment. Rub it in. And I'll use it for the whole side of the tire. Get it rubbed in. I'll go around and do the rest of the tires, and then I'll let that bleach kind of take hold a little bit, and I'll come back around and I'll scrub it down a little more. I'm going to go down and do the other tires and come on back. Alright, we wet down our tire, put a little bit of bathroom cleanser on a brush, scrubbed it down, went around to the rest of the tires. So call it 5 minutes, we're going to come back, scrub it down with the brush and hose it off, give you a chance to see what we got. Really doesn't take much, unless you got some real old rubber. I like to do this before I wash the rest of the truck, but of course half the time I forget and do it afterwards anyway. Just don't want to get bathroom cleanser all over your paint, especially if you just waxed it. Alright, see what we got. Also a good time to use a separate sponge, whatever you like to do to wash your wheels. I don't like to use the same sponge, rag, whatever as the rest of the vehicle, because there's a lot of grime down here that I don't want up there. One more thing, you're using cleanser with a bleach. I'm in the driveway, probably the best place to do it. I would not recommend doing this on your nice grass. I've done it in a pinch. Sometimes it doesn't care if you hit it right before a nice rainstorm and she washes away. But remember, you're putting bleach on your lawn. Next up, we're going to look at some pretty grungy wheels. Believe it or not, these are not cheap brake pads. I rolled the dice. I found what I thought was a good name brand pad on sale, so I gave it a try. Brandon never used before. I'm not going to say the name to dog any of them. Not happy, won't buy this brand again. So just, if you find a brand you like, stick with them. They're worth the extra money. It is a safety item on your vehicle. So don't buy cheap brake pads. Really don't even buy higher end ones if they're on sale, because they're probably trying to close them out, get them out of the way. I'm going to try and move a little bit quickly because it's evening and I'm getting carried away by skeeters. But we gotta get some of the stuff done. So just like on the tires, I'm gonna wet the wheel down. Most stuff on the shelf nowadays says no touch. If you're in a hurry, it's gonna look like there's a whole bunch of stuff coming off and they're clean, but they're not really clean yet. I like to use these brushes. I use a tire brush on the sides, just like I showed you. This pair came from either Walmart or Menards for $3 or $4. I use them a lot, and it really saves a lot of time. You can really use anything you got laying around, household brushes or whatever. But I like this combination because I can get in between the grooves and use it on a flat spot as well. If you're not using any kind of brush or rag, you're not getting all the grime off. So even though we got no touch cleaner, it take a couple minutes more to get them wiped down, and it'll really be a lot better look. Again, not in nice grass here. This is a gravel part of the driveway. See, I could spray some off and I'm going to get a whole bunch of junk coming down, but not as good as if I let that soak for a minute and then give it a wipe with the brush. Don't lose place of where you've been. Pick the outside or inside first. Face of your spokes, whatever shape you got. With your center and your spokes. Pick a pattern so you don't miss a spot. It's easy to do. Outside. We all got lots of other things to do. Like a clean car, might not want to spend all day doing it. Trying to save a little bit of time. Make it happen quick. Big difference. One more quick tip before wrapping up for the night. Worked all day today, so couldn't quite get everything finished on the cars. Kind of a quick reuse tip. You got these boxes laying around, nice lids, you got Cascade pods, Tide pods, whatever the heck they are. You got all these coffee containers. Lots of uses for them. One of them that we like is car trash can. You see specialty items in the store for $10 to $15. It just seems crazy to me to pay for a garbage can for your car to put trash in. These smell good right away. It's prefabbed in. You could give it a little of paint and match your color car, whatever. Shopping bag inside, lids lock. If you really want to get fancy, you can take a Ziploc bag with some sand or some gravel and tape that to the inside if you want it weighted. You know, if you're trying to get that to sit somewhere specific. We just toss a bag into them and toss them in the car. Always make sure we have something like this if you're going on a road trip, kids. You know, the diaper could last a little while in here without stinking up the car. So, easy tip. Hope you enjoy. We'll pick back up tomorrow. It's the next day. Waited till it got, you know, about 90 degrees outside before it came out. Let the cars bake in the sun, exactly what you don't want to do when you're ready to wash. You really don't want to do it in the direct sun like I am here, but if you're too lazy to move it, use the water to your advantage. Keep it wet. Use water to cool it down. Don't go on a big area. Meaning don't wash the whole car and then come around and expect the soap to still be wet. Make sure everything's clean that you're using. Don't use something that's so full of mud and dirt. It's going to scratch it. Keep everything clean. Keep everything wet. Keep a little bit of water on the surface. Keep your sponge, your mitt, sopping wet. Keeps you from scratching your paint and just helps everything come off that much easier. So, if you never hand washed a car before, this might be news. If not, interiors. Just gonna go quick through a couple small things today. I'll put some more content up. You know, when we get like a new used vehicle or something, but I'm not scrubbing this interior today. It's about 120 degrees inside. Just wanted to share some quick items. Open the glove box up here. You'll see one of the best quick ways of cleaning up your dash, a cheap paintbrush. This one was probably a 50 center, maybe a 99 center. They sell auto detailing brushes. I actually prefer a paintbrush because these have longer bristles and it's a little bit firmer than your detail brush, but not as harsh as like a scrub brush. I don't recommend taking a scrub brush and just going on after your dash unless you've got something that's really grungy. But paintbrush will take care of all your vents, all the cracks around the screens. Typically this won't scrape up a screen. You got to make your own judgment calls there. I'm not going to be liable for you doing something dumb in your car. You're welcome to do as much of that as you like. But it's real handy just to keep something like this in your glove box. Then, next time you're waiting at the Chick-fil-A for your sandwiches, you can give it a quick once over. Even if you're not going to put some fresh shine on it, this can really knock off dust anywhere you got it. And it's cheap, and the more you keep that stuff from building up, the easier it is to keep clean. If you go 3 years without doing that, there's probably going to be a little bit of sludge and grunge and stuff building up. And it's going to be harder to keep clean. So keep those tools handy, and it'll be a lot easier to take care of stuff. Not necessarily advocating for any specific product here. These are two of my favorites. These are both products that you rub into the surface, especially on leather cleaner. Be careful to read your instructions on any of this stuff that I'm sharing. Regardless of what I say, read the directions on it. It's your own vehicle, you're doing your own thing. But one of my favorite things about this leather cleaner is that it rubs into it. So it really helps soften the fabric. Some of the other stuff that I've used over the years, it recommends that you buff it back out. Any of the products that recommend a buff tend to leave a little bit of film and can build up in like a gray or a greasy tinge to the material. And I really prefer that it just rubs in, and that stuff tends to provide a softer finish. Wrapping things up outside here, just wanted to give a quick idea of some more neglected white letters or white walls. These, if they were done at all, since I've owned them, it was probably 3 to 5 years ago. I don't know how much these are going to clean up, but we're going to give it a shot. They've been through a lot of mud, so they could be ground up. Give it a shot, see what the bathroom cleanser can do. Not too dry. Let her sit for a minute. Alright, moment of truth. Not too shabby. Nothing you're going to do once the finish is cracked. But I'll walk you back by another one that I haven't done. Kind of give you a little bit of before and after. Need a reminder. That's where we started. Just a couple minutes of bathroom cleanser, bring them right back to new. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Just wanted to get some quick tips and tricks out there. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time, keep it between the ditches.